Hey guys, it's Sam, and these are my most anticipated summer releases. Now you guys are probably like, Sam, it's halfway through July, which is like halfway through summer, because for me, summer is June, July, and August. And I know, and I forgot. So these videos are like some of my favorite to film. I love talking about most anticipated releases. And for some reason, this season I was just like completely unaware and totally forgot until I was sitting down to think of videos to do, and I was like, I never did my summer most anticipated releases, which is my favorite. That's how busy I am. Help me. So better late than never, and the majority of these are from August anyway. So it's kind of okay because there's sort of like a lull in summer a little bit. Like you get a lot of releases in May and a lot of releases in August, and then there's some more in like September, October. So it's fine. Don't judge me. I just like doing these, and I want to talk about some of the books that are coming out, you know? I've never been this late for something. I feel really weird. So the first book is one that already came out a couple of weeks ago, and that is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. This came out June 26th, and I was lucky enough to get an advanced reader copy just recently sent to me, which is very exciting. But it's been one that has been on my radar for months now. So when I got the email like, do you want this? I was like, yes. Do I have the time to read it right now? Probably not. Please, I just want to touch it. So this is an adult urban fantasy. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where all of these gods and monsters from Native American folklore have risen again and walk the earth. And the main character, Maggie, is a Navajo monster hunter. So like a supernaturally gifted killer. And as in many urban fantasies, Maggie gets enlisted by a small town to find the killer of this girl who's been murdered. And when she goes looking for clues, she discovers that there's this monster that is greater than she imagined, and she has to team up with people. And it's very urban fantasy, but instead of your typical urban fantasy, it's Native American folklore. I am jazzed. This looks fairly short, generally speaking, for a fantasy book, so I want to read this like real soon. I know you're like, wow, Sam, are you gonna have time to read this real soon? Probably not. Probably have to wait till I graduate, but I want to read this so bad. I want to read this during the summer. Help me. The second book comes out very soon on July 17th, and that is Hull Mellow Girls by Emily Skrutsky. Basically, it's about a girl who becomes this like cyborg super soldier in order to make more money because her brother has this like disease, and it's like Pacific Rim-ish from what I'm seeing of the synopsis, and the fact that I follow the author on Twitter and she talks about her love of Pacific Rim and like this book and everything. So I am ready, and I'm pretty sure it's going to feature two girls in love because that's what Emily Skrutsky does. She wrote The Abyss Surrounds Us, which I've done a review on, and is another science fiction-y, future world kind of ladies in love story. So I'm hyped for this, and even the cover is like, wow, are you N7 soldiers? Can I hang out with you? Then the rest of the books are coming out in August. So see, I'm not like too late. Like most of these are August. It's fine. It's fine. So the next book comes out August 7th, and that is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. And this is the start of a new series within the Remnant Chronicles world, and I haven't even read the synopsis because one, this is called Dance of Thieves, so there's obviously thieves, and that's all I care about. And two, this is set in the Remnant Chronicles world, and the Remnant Chronicles is one of my favorite series of all time, so I'm gonna read it. It doesn't matter what the synopsis says. As soon as I found out there's gonna be more books within this world, I was completely on board. I was ready. My body was ready. I was ready. Totally forgot that I left out another book from July. This is a mess. I have things written down, I have notes, and yet here I am, scatterbrained. But I saw this book on my floor because it just came in the mail, and so now I can talk about it. So it's already out, obviously. And that is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Of course, this is on my most anticipated releases. Like, as soon as this cover got released, a million people were tweeting me about it. Like, have you seen this cover? Yes. Yes, I've seen the cover. Yes. I also got the pre-order special, so I will get this, like, foiled cover at some point. That's exciting. I don't know when that's going to arrive, but I'm ready for it. And again, this is another book that, like, I haven't even really read the synopsis. I know it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. That's it. I don't care, because Uprooted by Naomi Novik is one of my favorite books of all time. I also highly enjoy the Temeraire series by her, so I don't care. This could be her grocery list. This could be an itemized grocery list, and I'd be like, I'm still gonna read it. And it's still one of my most anticipated books to come out this year, so I don't know how I forgot this. Thankfully, it was staring me in the face from my floor. I also want to read this really soon, and this is depressing. Okay, back to August releases. On August 21st, we have Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the first book in a new adult fantasy series, and it takes place in a world with industrialized magic. And it follows a thief who ends up stealing this magical artifact that controls the like magical technology. So like it's kind of magic and technology combined, but not in like a sci-fi way, more in a fantasy way. So magic is basically used to imbue sentience into objects, which I don't really know what that's going to look like, but it sounds cool. And in this case, the merchant houses are in charge of that kind of magic. So from her stealing this artifact, she's now in trouble with the merchant houses, which basically sound like magical mafia. So this ticks a lot of my boxes. Lady Thief, magical weird artifacts, magical mafias, interesting magic systems. I've also heard a lot of really good things about Robert Jackson Bennett's other series, something about a city, the Divine Cities trilogy, which I've had on my TBR forever. Heard really good things about his sort of urban settings, urban fantasy, but not urban fantasy because it's not our world. Are you following me at all? Fantasy that's taking place in big cities with cool magic systems. This sounds really good. It ticks a lot of my boxes. I'm pretty excited about it. And lastly, we have an anthology, which speaks to me because I usually don't go for anthologies, but this one is called Toil and Trouble. 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft. Sounds so good. The synopsis says it's a young adult fiction anthology of 15 stories featuring contemporary, historical, and futuristic settings, also featuring witchy heroines who are diverse in race, class, sexuality, religion, geography, and era. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for fall, even though like fall doesn't really start until like really October in my head. I mean, September's still, like it should be fall, but it's not yet because it's still gonna be hot and sticky and gross, but just in time for fall time to get in that witchy, spoopy mood. I think it's gonna be delightful. I've had that on my most anticipated release list since they announced it like last year. So those are all the books from summer that I'm highly anticipating. Comment them below, let me know some of yours. I know some of them are probably already out because a lot of them came out in like June, beginning of July. But let me know if there's some in August that I like forgot about or just ignored or I just, you know, scatterbrained. There's a lot going on up here right now. I have a lot of things happening. So thank you all for watching and I'll see y'all guys soon. Bye.